Ever been told that if you don't outline, you're not a real writer, or that discovery writing is just winging it and doomed to fail? Today, I'm cutting through the noise and exposing where these ideas really come from and why they are dead wrong. Let's get clear on what discovery writing actually is, because that's really where the misconceptions begin. Discovery writers are also called pantsers, gardeners, intuitive writers, and it really just means that you don't plan every detail before you start writing. You write without a plan. You let your story unfold naturally and follow your characters as you go along. It's not laziness or lack of discipline. It's a creative process that works for thousands of writers. And if you've ever started a story with just a spark of an idea and let it take you away, congratulations, you are also a discovery writer. So if discovery writing is a valid creative approach, then why is there this stigma that comes with it? Why does it have such a bad rap? Well, a few reasons. A lot of negativity comes down to tradition and perception. First being, traditional writing advice often defaults to plotting or outlining. And this makes sense because it's inherently easier to teach because it's more structured. You can do it step by step, whereas discovery writing doesn't have that advantage. Another reason discovery writing gets a bad rap is the traditional publishing industry puts a lot of pressure on the need for outlines. Agents and editors often ask for an outline or a synopsis before a writer submits their work, and that reinforces the idea that outlining is more professional. Peer pressure and online communities also have a tendency to perpetuate this bad reputation, unfortunately. A lot of writing groups and forums treat outlining as the only viable method, and they discount discovery writing as a valid process. And finally, there's that fear of uncertainty that comes with discovery writing. The unpredictability of the writing process, it scares a lot of writers, understandably so. It takes a lot of trust to be able to do that. And so many writers dismiss it as not a serious process. So we know why discovery gets a bad rap now, but let's get more specific. What are the myths that people actually are believing about discovery writing? The first big myth, and perhaps the most detrimental, is that if you're a discovery writer, you're never going to finish your book. The fact is, tons of discovery writers finish and publish books every single year. Showing up is the thing that matters, not the actual process that gets you to the end. Another myth about discovery writing is that it leads to messy, unfixable drafts. The key word here is unfixable. Because yes, discovery writers often create messy drafts. It's inherently part of the process. But those chaotic, messy drafts can absolutely be fixed in the revision and editing process. Writing is rewriting, as they say. And the third myth is that only outliners write real books. This one gets me every time because there are many best-selling authors out there who are discovery writers. If you're interested to know a few contemporary names, check out this video next. Stephen King is a classic example of a discovery writer. His books are just as real as anybody else's, and yours are too. You know, I used to feel the pressure of these myths until I realized, I have written and published a book as a discovery writer. So if you are worried that it's not possible, don't be. I am living proof. If discovery writing works, then why do these myths persist? Society often values planning and predictability over experimentation. Again, it comes back to that ability to control, the ability to have structure and something that makes sense. Another reason these myths persist is confirmation bias, where outliners who try to write without a plan often end up feeling stuck and frustrated, just like pantsers who try to write with an outline. But outliers who struggle with discovery writing may assume that their way is superior because plotting has become the default method. And thirdly, visibility. I've noticed that plotters and outliners are often more vocal when it comes to their writing process, and this can lead discovery writers to feel a bit outnumbered and maybe like, I don't know if I belong here. It's not that discovery writing doesn't work, it's just that the loudest voices aren't always the most representative. So what about you? Have you ever been told that you're doing it wrong because you don't outline? Please drop a yes in the comments below. And if you're feeling generous, share some of the worst writing advice you've gotten as a discovery writer. I want us to call out this nonsense together, okay? If you're feeling discouraged, here's what I want you to remember. There is no single right way to write a book. If discovery writing helps you get words on the page, then that is the way for you. Don't let anybody tell you that you're doing it wrong or your process isn't valid, because you're not alone in this. There are so many other writers who are doing it like you. Do you want to know if your favorite author is also a discovery writer? Check out this video now to learn how these famous authors embrace writing without an outline and are wildly successful doing it.